How you doing, guys, from Yonkers Voice? Today we're here with Jim Nolan, the father of Mike Nolan, the young man that was shot dead in the parking lot of Burger King, Pike Cross County, correct?
That's correct, Dan.
This was like 3 years ago. The point of this interview is to talk to all of you, and let you know, or try to explain to you about the impact, the aftermath, okay, that happened after that bullet comes out of that gun. It was last week. A young woman got killed on Lake Avenue. She had no problem with the shooter. She did not know the shooter, but she was caught by accident.
And she was with her little sister.
And she was with her little sister. So just there, a few lives got destroyed. The victim, the little sister, her parents, and the guy who did the shooting.
Well,
But those are lives.
Yeah.
And we understand that whatever pulled the trigger has to pay for the consequences. And that's one of the reasons why we're here. Because a lot of people feel, Jimmy, that there are really no consequences. Or very light consequences.
Yes.
When you put things in balance.
Yeah.
What you did and what you pay.
yeah.
So Jim, tell us why you're here today.
Well,
Why are you here at the hospital?
what I'm here today to talk about is this girl getting killed on Lake Avenue. It brought back so many memories. My wife worked herself up so much she gave herself a stroke. All right, this is the 5th time my wife is being hospitalized. Okay, a lot of people out there sees us. We're out there fighting for the community. We talk to everybody. Mike Spano, he's great. We talk to everybody on the council. Lee McLaughlin, we talk to, and Don is talking to Mike Cater. We need to solve this problem because my wife was hospitalized 5 times. 2 times she was crying so hard she strained her muscles around her heart, and we thought she was having a heart attack. This is the 2nd time she's having a stroke. And what we're trying to do is we're out there trying to stop this. We go up to Albany, we talk to Andrew Stu Cousins, Shelley Mayer, they're all great. George Laramie is great, okay? We need to stop this. And the problem is these judges. We got laws. You get caught with an illegal gun, you're supposed to do 3.5 years. It doesn't matter if you come from money, a broken home. The law is the law. Como passed these laws. These are his laws. He needs to come down here and talk to these judges in New York City, Westchester. The law is the law. We can't have kids running around shooting other kids after school. This has to stop. And the pain doesn't go away. And I know this because I lost 2 sisters in a car accident over 40 years ago, and my mother's still crying. It has to stop. Como, your kids are being protected where you live. Okay, I'm not moving out of Yonkers. I'm going to fight for Yonkers. I got a good mayor. I got good people on the council. The people who was sitting in the council when this happened to my kid, they were all concerned about Yonkers. But the judges need to start doing their jobs.
But Jim, I don't wish bad on anyone, okay, and much less on the daughters of the governor of New York. But if something was to happen to them, I'm sure that the very next day, the process would begun to change the laws.
That's correct.
Okay? Unless you feel it,
Yeah.
you don't do much about it.
Oh, my.
It's me come to you, give you a hug. I understand your pain. I really don't understand your pain, Jim, unless I leave your pain. Okay, those are 2 different things. Okay, and we the people, we need to do more. We need to demand more. I don't know, maybe we need to rally in front of the legislators. Make sure that things are changed. We were on Lake Avenue the other day at the vigil. I was also at the vigil for your son. And I saw hundreds of people showing love, giving hugs, which is good. The support is good. But we need to do something about it before tragedy strikes. We need to get together and rally in front of whoever, peacefully, of course, okay, and demand that those things change.
Yeah.
Because the impact
It's
goes on
horrible.
forever.
Yeah. But people has to understand what these families are going through. My family's going. Mike was at the heart of our family, man.
The pain, the pain doesn't stop, guys. It doesn't stop. Now, I have spoken to Jim, I have spoken to Donna many times. We had few interviews after the fact. And Donna projects herself as this woman, strong heart. Jim, not so much. I can always see the emotion. Jim expresses what he feels. Donna holds it inside. So you hear Donna talking and you think she's a hard woman, tough as hell. But you guys don't see what goes on behind that door when I leave and that door closes. When she's among her husband, her kids, we don't see those raw emotions, but they're there. I know they're there. I have spoken to Donna on the phone and I can hear her voice cracking. I know the pain is there.
But this change the laws, these kids go into family court, you commit murder, you shoot somebody, stab someone, you don't deserve being back out on the street. You should stay in jail till your court case is over. And let me tell you, if they have proof on cell phones and videos on, on storefronts and stuff like that, they catch these acts, these people should not get out of jail. They should just go right to jail. Right to jail. This needs to stop. I mean, my wife talked to the lady who drafted up the bill, who the age limits up to 17 this year, next year is 18, you go to family court. What's the matter in this society? Is it the music these kids are listening to? I mean, my kids listen to all different types of music, but this has to stop. Everybody wants to live every day. Gang members don't want to get shot. We had a rapper who was shot a few weeks ago, dead. It was a big rally, 5,000 people in the street to stop the violence. Me and my wife, we watch every news channel. Not one channel covered it. My wife has friends out through this whole country to stop the violence, and she's involved with the chief of police in Chicago. It's sad what's going on, and these judges need to start doing their jobs. Como, crack down on these judges, or these judges don't belong there. They're illiterate or something. I don't know.
Guys, this is real news, real emotion. This is what the father feels like. His wife, her mom, Donna, feels like, and it's not easy. Let me take this opportunity to give our condolences to Marilyn Cotto's family. We feel her pain. We go there to broadcast what happened, but that does not mean that we have no feelings towards what happened, that we do not understand the magnitude of what happened that day. It was a tragedy. It is a horrible thing. Be strong. Be part of whatever it takes to help others. We cannot do nothing about Marilyn or Mike today, but we perhaps can get together and change the future. But Mike, I think about this whole issue, and I think it's very complex. It's not just the judge. It's the parents. It's society. It's how those kids are brought up. It's a whole combination of many factors. It's an equation, and I don't know what the answer is, but I know that something must be done. And if what needs to be done is impose harder sentences, so be it.
I'm not talking about locking up kids who rob sneakers or sell a pot on the corner. These kids are murdering our kids out in the street. You could be next. Your kid could be next. I mean, it has to stop. The summer didn't even start yet. And the Yonkers police, we have the best police department in this country. All right? They'll get you. Okay?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of people that I talk to, in Yonkers Voice, we exchange messages, we have heated conversations, and sometimes they blame the police department. Why these? Why? We have to understand that the police department are not prosecutors. They are not there to prosecute. They are not there to impose sentence. And sometimes they get as frustrated as we get because they see this guy just did this and prosecutor let him walk.
Yeah, it has to stop. I mean, come on, our police are the best, man, and we got to respect them. I tell my kids, you get pulled over by a cop, yes sir, no sir. You know, if you got a problem with a cop, you just got to take his name, his
That's it.
badge. They do get the bad cops, but Yonkers police, we're good. You know, they solve problems.
I don't want to say that every YPD officer is good, because I cannot say that. We have bad cops, we have bad doctors, we have bad nurses, we have bad priests, we have bad plumbers. So we have bad and good in every kind of professional, every walk of life. So, and Yonkers PD is not any different. But I can tell you that I know many of them, if not most of them, and they okay. I'm proud to have them serving our city.
Thank God we have police, because after when my son was murdered, for 3 weeks I had a cop outside my house. All the death threats we're getting, and my kid had nothing to do with anything. All right, and these kids don't realize what they're doing on Facebook. All right, it's sickening what these kids are doing. Like their friends are murdering people, and they think it's okay to attack the victim's family. The society's out of control. Como, you need to crack down on these judges. The law is the law.
But you know what's crazy too, Jimmy, is as every year is passing by, we see that those people who are killing others is kids killing kids, and they're getting younger and younger and younger.
Yeah, younger and younger, down to 13. My wife has shooters.
The other day we interviewed the mom of one of those, the kid that was killed not too long ago in Yonkers, and I asked her, did you knew the kids that were friends with your son? She did not know. Okay, so parents, many times the signs are there. Keep an eye on your child. Try to know who the friends are. I know that it's impossible to know every single friend, but those that your son hangs out with most, son or daughter, at least try. At least try. And make sure that you raise them well, because I think one of the problems is that kids are having kids. Okay? And sometimes those kids don't know how to raise other kids. I'm not saying there are not good parents. There are good parents.
I always told my kids, never bully anybody. You're in school, you see someone sitting at that lunch table by themselves, have lunch with them. Be their friends. And I hear many stories about what my kids did for other kids while they were going to school. That's what you call a parent. I tell them to stay away from drugs. You see someone in trouble, you go help them.
Jim, just allow me to give an answer. Jacqueline, is not just about the programs. Okay, lack of programs does not mean that your son should go out there, or it's okay or justifiable that he goes out there and buys a gun and shoots somebody else. Besides, there is programs in Yonkers. Yes, we should have more. The PAL has programs. If you go there at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, you will see some kids, but you don't see that many kids. So if your son, daughter, or whoever wants to have a program to play basketball, sports, boxing, PAL. So let's not try to find out the justification to pull a trigger and kill somebody else's son. A lack of program is not enough. Where I come from, I didn't have those programs. I don't know if Jim had those programs.
We had stickball, scully.
That's it. Okay.
That's it, handball.
Yeah. We didn't have those programs, and we didn't kill anybody. So I think we need to stop that bullshit. Oh, it's because of programs. It's because school is cutting this music or whatever. You don't kill somebody because you don't have a music program or because you don't have basketball at school. You kill somebody because you have criminal intent, because you are a criminal.
That's correct, Ben.
Because you were raised wrong. That's why you kill somebody.
And Ben, we just came back from South Carolina and Georgia, and we talked to police officers down there, security guards in the malls, me and my wife, because everywhere I go, I talk to everybody. I'm trying to figure out answers how to stop these kids, all right? Down there, they have a carry, okay? Down there, when your kid gets into trouble, all right, you're looking at jail time, you have a choice. You're going to jail or boot camp. 10 weeks of boot camp. And you know what happens after that? Those kids join the Army, or they come back into the society respecting the people around them, not running around mugging people, shooting people. Up at the graveyard where my son is buried, this in one lot number, it's 4 people killed by illegal guns. My son, kid from the Bronx, just turned a father. His son was 3 weeks old. The home invasion, they shot him to death. You got the basketball player from Mount Vernon. We met an Indian couple up there, was it about a month and a half ago. Their son was murdered for $5. Left 3 kids. $5, Ben. I know people think I work up there, but that's where I hang out now, in a graveyard. So and it's sad.
So guys, it's sad, and let's not even attempt to find justification for pulling a trigger. There is no justification. Look, sometimes, or many times, I drive around at night, covering story, go from place to place, and I see kids, Jim, no shit, 10 years old, riding their bikes at 12, 1 in the morning. Where are those parents? Okay, where are those parents? How do you think those kids are going to grow up to be? And besides, even if they are not, maybe those kids get caught in a conflict between people, just like Marilyn got caught. Marilyn had nothing to do with it. She was just walking with her little sister to the store, but she got caught.
Picture what that little girl's going to go through.
A therapy of a lifetime, Jim.
It's horrible.
She's never going to forget what she saw that day.
No, never. I saw a video what they did to my kid, all right? It's sad how these punks, every nationality, okay?
And in every race, this is not a black thing, a white thing, a yellow thing, or a zebra thing, okay?
No.
And this is not anything against guns. We are not opposing guns.
It's all these illegal guns.
Exactly. We oppose guns on the hands of criminals, illegal guns. That's the problem. If you are a law-abiding citizen and you want to buy a gun when at 21, by all means. The problem is guns on the hands of criminals. And guys, don't forget, we have a program, Cash for Guns. Okay, turn a gun in, make $500. Okay, and
turn your guns in, or you're going to go to jail. Turn your guns in. That's it. It's simple.
Because the options are, you turn your guns in, or sooner or later you're going to be caught with it.
Yeah.
And if you get caught with it, you're going to go to jail. No. If you turn it in, you make $500. So it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. And if you guys start looking into it's a mass shooting in New York City every weekend, but nobody wants to talk about it. It doesn't even hit the paper, the news, or whatever. It's at least 20 to 25 people shot in the 5 boroughs. That is a mass shooting with illegal guns. Nobody wants to talk about it. My wife spent 3 days talking to...
hold on. Darianne, let me just respond this because of a question for Cash for Guns. No, if you turn your gun in, there will be no questions asked. You call in, you report the gun, they give you a sequence of numbers. When the gun is picked up, you call back in, they give you the next sequence of numbers. Those 2 sequences together, you go to the bank and you get your money. There is no prosecution, you will not be arrested, no questions asked. So if anyone tells you that you will be arrested, that is not true. That's a lie. Feel free to call and report any weapon that you know, or recommend somebody who has an illegal gun to call. There will be no prosecution, no questions asked. You turn it in, you get your money, and that's it. Yeah. And that gun is out of the street and will not kill another kid or another person.
We're looking for the neighborhood guns. That's what Chief Hodges is looking for.
Correct.
He runs that program.
No,
they put them in mailboxes, underneath rocks. This stuff got to stop.
Yeah, and remember, sometimes you might move into an apartment. You might find a gun that was left there hidden somewhere, or you just bought a house and you find a gun buried or hidden somewhere. The gun is not yours. The gun doesn't belong to anybody, but that gun might be found by a criminal and used. So you make that call. You get that number, you make your cash, and you help society, because that gun will be off the street and that gun will not kill anybody else ever again. And how is Donna doing?
I gave her cell phone back.
You gave her cell phone, so
Yeah.
she's back.
She still has weakness on her left side.
Okay.
You know, she's able to walk, but you know, I've been with that girl
For a long time, right?
long time, 38 years, maybe 39. Donna's a strong person, but she told me this morning she'll be back better than ever.
Oh,
all right?
shit.
She's a fighter. You
She
know?
sure is.
And we're going to try and make a difference, the Nolans. We try everything to bring money to Yonkers to give our kids scholarships in every high school honoring Mike's name. I'm just saying this got to stop.
Well, Jacqueline, if you feel like no one's opinion is respected, you're free to have your own opinion. But this page has grown. A lot of people listen to it. A lot of people talk to us about whatever goes on. But you are free to have your own opinion. Now, talk about crime in Yonkers. You know, Jim, that last year we had 1 homicide for the entire year. This year alone, it's only 4 months into the year, we already had 3 homicides. And somebody's not here yet.
Yeah.
And it's scary.
Yeah.
We still have 8 months to go. Hopefully,
These kids know the law, and they know the change of the law now. Family court. That has to stop. I got to go up to White Plains. You stab somebody, shoot somebody, White Plains. All right, not in family court. You know, it's they're trying to murder our people in our streets of Yonkers. Don't belong in family court. This belongs up in White Plains. People need to wake up and say, no, we're not going to have this. This could be your kid next. It could be you. You don't know. These kids know the law.
I always say, Jim, the life you save by turning a gun in might be your own. It could be your own life or the life of one of your family members, a daughter, a son, a brother, a sister, whoever. The life you save might be your own. And on this note, we end up our broadcast for today. Please be involved. Please motivate kids to not to commit crime.
Respect each other.
Respect each other. Because once you pull that trigger, it's too late.
And that bullet doesn't have a name on it.
And that bullet doesn't have a name on it. And you can be sure that you will be found, you will be prosecuted. Sometimes not sentenced the way we would like, but you will be arrested. And Yonkers PD plays no games. It might take a while for them to find you, but they will find you.
I love my Yonkers police. Love them all.
Yeah, it wasn't long ago that was somebody who actually pulled the trigger on somebody, and they found him in Ireland. Remember?
Yeah.
So they will go to whatever place they have to go to make an arrest and to be sure that they make Yonkers safe.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you.
Stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching. Here with Jim Nolan. Donna Nolan is in a hospital. We wish you well, and we wish all of you well. So stay tuned.